Oh, it's getting serious now.
Look.
Too late.
It's 11 right now. I watched you. It's not even 11. I watched you walk in at 11:04 one time.
You watching me? You watching me?
Watching.
Oh, you watching me?
Watching you.
Ow.
Carnegie, are we ready?
Heather should be here.
Heather?
Uh-oh.
Shirley!
Shirley,
Come on
we got
in.
time.
Welcome,
We
Shirley.
got
Got your business card?
No,
Hi,
she
Shirley.
does.
Look at you on walk.
She on bus. Let's get this TV started.
It's too hot.
100 degrees, don't slow people down. Let's go.
It's not 100, it's 100.
No, sir.
We got graduation on that too.
Congratulations on that.
I just let you know. You don't
Appreciate that, appreciate it.
I got
Cell
it.
phones, please sign. Fridge, we'll throw it out after Friday. And don't hug the rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hug the conference rooms. But we got 4. TCBA, don't spam people. Class action lawsuits are happening.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful. So, on time, join Call Pro. Is Call Pro on?
No, she's right here.
Oh, someone did. That's actually what we on. So, come on
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm good. So I'm Michelle with Calpro Inspection Group, and we strive to be your one-stop shop for home inspections. So we know that there are quite a few of you that use this in this office, and so now we are a vendor, so you'll be seeing more of this space.
All right.
And it'll be great to meet you all. So, any questions?
Yeah, just pull mine.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Just
Nice.
Hey,
Someone win.
almost.
You know what?
Eric, congratulations.
I'll be
Congratulations.
I'll take it.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Tell us something good.
I got it.
Oh, I'll leave it.
You every time. All right, so as you guys know, this is my 3rd time with Keller, but my 1st time doing both. All right.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so these 100 calls or contacts. Ooh, Lord,
Oh, you got me.
I need prayer, but I started doing it. And when my clients I called, they've been in the house 8 years. I was like, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. You know, they love their house. I said, have you thought about an investment property? I'm so glad you called. You know, so just making those calls and stuff, I've already, you know, contact people that are looking to either upgrade or buy investment property and stuff. So I'm glad that John forced me y'all.
Force you. I strongly incentivized you.
You came to my office and shut my door. So why'd you want both? Gave me that look, so I had to go. So anyhow, so no, I thank you, but yeah, so I'm excited about, you know, seeing what the end is, and please pray, because I don't know about that.
I got one for you.
Stevie T.
I told you.
Well, this is a good bad, okay, good bad. The bad is my client put in an offer.
Okay.
So I said the bad is my client put in an offer. That's because I didn't do the basic things that we're supposed to do and have a buyer broker agreement, okay? And I'm like, I was taking her out to all these houses, and she's like, oh, I'm so pleased with you, all this kind of good stuff. And sure enough, on Father's Day, now is that insult to injury? But anyway, on Father's Day, she goes out and she puts it on. I said, wow, you know. So I wrote a little note to her, checked on the property, just make sure that she did tell me. Anyway,
Did she
but-
respond back?
no, she didn't. So,
So bad.
Well,
there's a good part.
that was the bad good. You know, I'm just trying to say, you'll buy a broker. You know.
Yeah, and we actually on our team we're switching to doing all our buyers a private broker.
Oh yeah,
Every single one.
got to do it.
Last week, you may have noticed I wasn't here. It might have been a little quiet around the office. But one of my really dear friends from the Army, he's like family now. He got with this woman that has a kid, and so I'm Uncle Rich now.
All right.
To my nephew Jared, who just finished 2 years of high school in 1 year so he could graduate in time because he turns 18 in August and didn't want to spend another year in school. Graduated, he finished 2 years of school this year and is headed off to the military, to the Army to be an MP in September. Glad to see that.
That's awesome.
Anyone online? Tell me something good? Oh, Byron. Oh, yeah, Byron.
Well,
How good is it?
I'm finally getting married.
So when did she propose?
When did she propose?
So are we going to stay off dirt bikes until the wedding?
No, I have one planned for you.
Oh, no.
Congratulations, Byron. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Dexter.
What you gonna say now?
The best part about that whole thing was Kings got their new coach, so
Yeah.
I'm a little optimistic. Well, the Warriors, I'm a little hopeful, so we'll see. Anyone else? Tell me something good?
Zoom land?
Zoom land? Come on, someone on Zoom has good stuff. Anyone up
Amethyst has
there?
some good news.
Where's Amethyst?
Amethyst has some
Oh,
good
man,
news.
Amethyst!
Tell him you can't talk and chew, spit chew at the same time.
I do have something good. Some of you know I've been working with my kids and my family, and
You working out?
I made a family growth plan.
All right.
Oh.
Kids are like, I need a purpose. I need a mission.
All right.
I'm freaking 14 years old. Relax, right? Like, why, you know? But I think social media is like everyone's like doing their thing, and it's like I don't have. So okay. And so I did a family growth plan. Everyone set summer goals, and we did like weekly goals. And we have a meeting on Sunday. We had our second meeting on Sunday, and it was good. We all had we're reading like a positive thinking book and all this stuff, and it was beautiful.
That's
All my
great.
family's on board, and we set up a chore list and everything, and goals, and both my kids hit 90%.
Right.
Hey, this is working. Yeah, so,
Get teams on board.
yeah, I was like, we're gonna make my family into a real estate team.
That's
Chop,
it.
chop.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
That's what I was gonna say. What's next?
So, it's been good. All right. We probably welcome Eric.
All right.
Congratulations, Eric. Eric, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm married, I got 5 boys and 3 girls.
Wow.
So that's why I look like this at 27. I've been doing construction and a lot of real estate related things for a while. I also am a home inspector. I love Calpro. I'll talk to you later. But yeah, if you ever have any questions about anything in terms of renovation or inspection or any problems, just text me. Text me the picture. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Text and I'll text you right back. Or you can call me and my phone will say, thank you for calling. Please text me.
Your sponsor is Luke, and how did this?
Just random running around looking at a house, an open house.
So you went to an open house. Luke was doing the open house, right?
Yep.
And
All right.
Rosa, is Rosa here? Rosa. Well, if you see Rosa, congratulate Rosa. She's joining as a new agent. Super excited. And David up in Fair Oaks. I don't know if David's on either. So, but congratulations to everyone on joining the brand. Congratulations on your first closing.
Oh, sweet.
Well, I don't even know if she's here. By the way, she speaks Mandarin. So if you have your Chinese speaking clients, you can refer to them. We have a couple of Mandarin speakers in the office now. So I know that's been a missing piece. So I'm super excited. So if you do, go ahead and let us know. We'll get you that referral. We've already heard one too. Congratulations to her. And Josh, I don't know if Josh is here. Josh is, I don't know if he's the son-in-law of Swan, our commercial
wow.
agent.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so congratulations, he joined us, closed his first deal. And, yeah, super happy, yeah, so a lot big expectations.
Was it the Garden Highway one?
What?
Was it the Garden Highway?
No, but that one's coming up too. New listings, so don't worry, there are listings still coming up in this market. Actually, if you've been watching the numbers, the listings have been trending up in count, right? So I think there's a lot of people getting on and said, oh crap, we're missing the boats. And they kind of put their listings up. So go online and on our Facebook private page, they will be there as well. Fair Oaks agents as well, that's all in there as well. So go ahead. Yes.
Mike's not up there. Where's Mike?
Is it more than 2 weeks out?
Huh?
Is it more than 2 weeks out?
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't put events way out there because we don't want people to get calls like,
Sorry.
sick. All right. It's time to pitch your listings.
Ooh, I got one. This is not my list, it's my own business. But she asked me to pitch it today. 531 Greg Thatch Circle, North Natomas. It'll be hitting the market on Thursday. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1695 square feet. It is priced, I think, low at $499,900.
What?
Yeah. She will be reviewing offers 1 week from Thursday. I've already got somebody holding an open house on Sunday. I am still looking for somebody that's interested in holding an open house there on Saturday. And any buyer leads, of course, they're all yours. Do what you want with them. But it's a beautiful house, and it's vacant, and I think it'll go.
All right.
Congratulations. Pitch your listings. Anyone else? Stephen T? Oh, wait. Hello.
I really need to get that Pinland sold. I would really like. 2437 Pinland Drive, right? But I'm asking you guys, just go by, and, go in, use the lockbox, what have you, and give me your feedback. If it's priced too high, whatever you think I can do to get it sold.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
Everyone, go on the Metro list, find that listing.
That's it.
Email Stephen T and say, I have a client that is interested, but they think it's too high.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And get them like 20 emails.
And also, I'm looking for those who like.
Can we buy crypto with that?
I was gonna say, what's the status of the crypto attorney?
Hey, I haven't seen him since he did the Amazon thing, so.
I still got that ball.
Francine?
No.
Okay, so I've got a 1,759 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a townhouse in Martinez, and it is gorgeous. And it's right on the corner, and it's right next to the pickleball and tennis, and the swimming pool, and the children's playground. And priced at $849. Okay. I need somebody to do an open house on Sunday. Who do you know in that territory? Martinez, Concord, anybody that reach out to?
I might have to discuss
Might have somebody?
after.
Okay, talk to you later. Anyway, it's been on the market not even a week. We haven't had much interest. And we did an open house on Father's Day, which is a youth estate. Because nobody came, except the neighbors.
Unless you got my client.
I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my client.
I said a buyer's appointment.
Yeah, we just talked about that a little bit actually. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
All right.
Not good news for Steven. I got a listing around the corner for a hit from 3-1, just like a couple blocks away. It's fully updated, 2-car garage, and it's gonna be $465. It's maybe on par, but yeah. So
Nice.
3-bed, 1-bath, 1,200 square feet. And then I got one in Del Paso Heights, fully remodeled. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, $400,000. It's got a good sized lot, so if you guys have some buyers in that price range, that one's going on Thursday. And then we had one that we put on last week. That was $350. It's in Del Paso Heights as well. Fully remodeled, 3-bed, 1-bath. So if you guys have any buyers under 400,000,
What's the streets, Bobby?
one was on Palmer, 3134 Palmer. That's the 400,000 one, and then 2528 Tap.
Well, I know where that is.
Yeah. And then we got a mobile home as well for 80,000 for the 55 plus. You guys have anybody in West Sacramento. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath.
Double wide, triple wide.
Did you say 2-bed, 1-bath?
Double and a half, something like that. Yeah.
2-1, Bobby?
Yeah, 80,000.
Good. All right.
That's base for
Andre.
Alright, I got one coming up in Citrus Heights, tomorrow, 3-1, 400 grand. New paint, new carpet, just had the outdated kitchen, everything else is pretty good. That's 400 grand, about 2,100 square feet on Woodruff. And then we got another one, Citrus Heights, as is, 550, it's a cosmetic fixer. It's mine, so if I start doing the work, once it's done, it's gonna be a lot more. So, that was 2,100 square feet and 4.3, and Fox Hills neighborhood.
What's the after rehab value?
What's that?
What's the after rehab value?
Probably over 6.
I got 224 Sabre Court right here in the Thomas Park. It's a 3-bed with an office, full bed and bath downstairs, 2,600 square feet. Just dropped the price to $660. And then we have 7430 Circle Parkway. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath converted garage. We just dropped the price to $420.
I just looked at that, sir.
All right, anyone else? Picture listings? Anyone online? All right, move forward. Congratulations to everyone on there. Just closed, and this is between Fair Oaks and us. Laura Miller, 3 closed. Amy Tremaine, 2. Michael Taylor, 2. Alicia, Cece, Danielle, Donald, Francine, Jenny, Josh, Mark, Nan, Parm, Savannah, Timothy, Twan, and Jingwall. Congratulations on all your closings. People are closing. I know everyone's like, market. But most people are like, oh, it's down 8%. Okay, the market's down. Relax, that 92% is still happening.
Right.
So get your business just like.
I heard a golden one jumbo rates are like 5.25, 5.5. And then they have arms that are like high 4s. So definitely like explore different banks.
Yeah.
Talking to your clients and jumbo in particular.
Yeah, arms are coming back. Yeah,
Arms are coming
we won
back.
5 months back. Yeah.
Certain banks have like a lot better products available.
Although we just have a golden one, and they issued the CD and said we're ready to close. Pulled back literally before they were sending docs. Pulled it back and said, "Oh, we want 10% more down."
Oh,
Like
shut up.
at the signing table.
They had a pretty misleading event.
Yeah.
I went to. They're talking about rates were gonna stay like
Yeah.
5.25. I was telling everybody the following week they go up like half a point.
That
Like a golden one economist told me. I was like,
They also said they can, maneuver some things if it's good looking a little tight. That also was not.
was a big
Yeah.
factor.
I told about 100 realtors like the market's
Yeah.
stable. We're not going to increase rates. And
It's
then,
not going to go
10
for
days
for
later.
like another
Half a
year.
point.
We should be-
Yeah, I was like, and I was
Yeah.
telling them too.
I was too. It's quite embarrassing.
Yeah.
Just roll with it.
Careful where you get your information from. But
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah.
They sat up there proud too.
All right. Is Kayla here? Where's Kayla?
She's on.
Oh, she's up there.
Hello, where are you?
Kayla.
I am here.
Okay.
Come outside.
Where's your
Come
face?
outside, where are you?
All right, hold on. Okay, I'll be right over.
I was like, you're here.
Shake
She's
out
like
that
right
water.
there.
Yeah, I know.
So if you don't know, Kayla is now in the office where Amy used to be, right there next to enhanced transactions. And I don't know if you go in there, it's pretty posh.
Yeah,
Everyone's like,
yeah.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
it's really
whoa.
nice.
We got a new fish.
Any fish?
I told them only fish.
Oh, here she is.
Oh, come on.
She goes a long way.
I don't know.
She's getting used to it all.
Hey guys.
So go ahead.
All right, so this is our list of services. We tried to price super competitively so it could be affordable, and there's a bunch of different things to choose from. We're going to be ready to fulfill orders July 1st. So if you guys want to take a look at our menu, we're happy to take meetings now if anybody wants to talk about something custom that they want done. And I've got account links on all of our menus, so if you guys want to book an appointment, too. We have social media packages. We have a ton of digital things if you need any logo designs, sign panel designs, anything like that. And then we have printed flyers, and we do everything with our flyers with 24-hour turnaround time, and it's delivered in the office.
Nice.
In the office.
Yes.
24 hours.
Do you do PowerPoint?
I can. We can, if you don't see something on here that you're interested in, we can do custom projects. That's what our market consultation appointment is for, so you can always request something else.
Great. Woo. Thanks. Way to go.
But I wanted to know, like, my team is we're doing a custom listing presentation. We're revising our listing presentation part. So there's a lot of things you can do if you want something special for your team or customer. Reach out to them. And the best part's gonna be social media. If you want a social media presence and you're tired of posting yourself,
Yeah, hello.
you can do it. Do it.
Better hurry up.
And we have an office mascot too, just saying, there's a fish in there if anyone wants to come see.
What's his name?
Little me.
Little
Libby?
bit.
Yep.
And did you make us sign a contract only fish?
I'm gonna keep the snakes in her office.
She's a big reptile.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
here's
big
a, I
reptile
work for the
collector,
reptile
so
rescue.
And then they said my wood wall, they like, reptiles like wood.
They did.
Yeah, we can have them climb up there, it'll be a decoration.
Put little shelves.
Okay, next slide.
Kristen, Morgan's Minute, come on up.
Don't worry, I won't put anything in your office, Alina. Okay, I'm gonna take you on a slight emotional rate journey with me real quick, and then I'm gonna get into this. It's all positive at the end, you'll really appreciate it. Okay, so not last Thursday, the Thursday before, I had a client priced out at 4.873. I was like, for the love of God, friends, please lock in your interest rate, obviously VA. She's like, I'm a gambler. I'm like, I am not. So Tuesday, we were at 5.9.
Whoa.
What is it?
Wow.
That was really fun. So, however, we just locked in today. So she canceled on that one, obviously, because whole interest rate, whatever. We just locked in today, 4.804. So any of your clients in the last 2 weeks who have like gotten out of contract or like, oh, check for the rates. When they go, because that's how they talk when they're stressed. All of them, every single one of them. So anyways, I'm just saying, you know, if they were crapping their pants a little bit, you might be fine. Sorry, John. I don't have any other expressions. Okay, anywho, on to the 10% forgivable home equity builder. So this is a nice program that they came out with. There are a few stipulations. This is hypothetical based on 2 weeks ago when I pulled pricing, okay? And this is based on no debt. It's FHA, so don't like hold me to this, okay? So anyways, what they're doing is they're granting 10% for your down payment that is completely forgivable if you meet certain criteria. So you have to have a 640 credit score for FHA, 680 for conventional. You can only go up to 45% max DTI total. You have to be a first-time home buyer. It's fully forgiven if you've lived in the home for 5 years. It can be used with like the ZIP for an extra 3% for closing costs, but the income limits apply. So basically for this $72,720 in Sac County, that equates to about $2,700 total in debt. So their payment, their car payments, everything can't exceed that 27, whatever it is. But it's a great option, and I asked, you can add on to it. So if they're gonna kick in 10%, you can kick in 5, you can kick in 10, you can get to that 20%, you have no mortgage insurance. It, you know, for some of your buyers, they can up that purchase price by coming in with a little more skin in the game. So anyways, that is my journey for you.
Thank you, Kristen. I will know.
Credit scores in that program, just a normal FHA.
You have to have 640 for FHA.
You know, credit interest rate.
Interest rate? Yeah, so it is the Calhfa interest rate. Yeah. So that was whenever it was, when I lived like 2 weeks ago.
7 or 8.
Yeah. Okay, it did get up there. Okay. That was with the 3% down.
I don't have this.
Yeah.
I do want to talk a little bit about that. A lot of you hear like Fed raised their rates 0.5 point. And actually right after that happened, rates went actually down. And the reason is the market anticipates these things. So when the market anticipates the rate, they kind of build it in ahead of time. And then when it actually happens and everyone agrees that's what's supposed to happen, they do it. The market is really looking for the Fed to get inflation under control. So that Wall Street and everyone's saying, you need to get inflation under control. This is ridiculous. You're going to tank our economy, right? And so Feds have agreed. They are going aggressive. They will raise the rates as necessary to make sure that it's. The good part is, though, is that will help rates. Once it gets settled down, the rates will settle down and the volatility will settle down. So just know every time you saw rates go down, people in the outside are going to say, Fed just raised rates are going up, but actually rates went down. And the reason is you got to educate. So please educate your clients. Yes, Chris.
I just want to piggyback off of that, John. When I got into business originally, before I started selling real estate, I was working for groceries. And in 1985 and 1986, I was foreclosing on FHA VA loans that were at 16 and 17%.
Ouch.
And the point I want to make, though, is as high as those rates were, people were still buying homes and getting mortgages. So it may take a little time for people to get accustomed to the higher rate, but I think in the long run, it is not going to affect the number of buyers that are going to buy.
So I'm starting to do my interviews on Facebook again. I just posted one I did with the Geico. But I just interviewed a loan officer. She made a good point. When we go shop for cars, we kind of want to know what the payment is. We really don't ask about the rate.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to start using when people are saying, well, what's the rate like? Well, it depends, what monthly payment can you do? I think that's the best comeback to kind of instead of trying to quote rates, tell them, it goes by what month, you have to go to monthly payment you're afford.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking about is even my investors we're working with, it's really about the payment.
Yeah.
Because it's about what you can get for rent and what the payment is. It doesn't really matter what the rate is as long as the numbers work, right? And it's the same thing for your buyers. As long as the numbers work, the payment will be okay. Now, people might get stuck on the rate, but then you need to get them focused on, is this a number that you can feel comfortable with? That's going to move people in this time. I will know I did have a nice creative way. There was a seller in Davis, and they were haggling over the price on the buyers, and the buyers were getting queasy because the rates were going up and their payment was getting higher. And the seller, to make the deal happen, gave a credit to the buyer to buy down the rate.
Well, that's smart.
So they gave them a credit to play. It said 1 point, buy down the rate, and they bought down the rate, put it back in the stores, and the buyers closed the house, right? Or got a contract on house loan, right? So just think about ways that sellers are really motivated that instead of like, hey, we're going to credit that, just like, hey, if the deal's, 2,000 off or they're balking at the payment, just get creative as you can, because I've seen that where it's super high rates and sellers come in and buy down credits, right? So
I think that happened in the 70s quite a bit.
yeah, actually, there's some states that have usury laws, like Texas has a straight usury law where it's 10%. Like it doesn't matter if you're a licensed lender. In California, we have a usury law. You can't loan more than 10%. But if you have a lending license, you can. But in Texas, it doesn't matter if you have a license or not. 10% is the max. So when rates were 17, 16, the only way sellers could sell is if they were offering fat credits to get the rate bought down so it hits 10 and then sell the house, right? So
And it happened in 2010, 11, and 12 as well. Here.
Yeah.
10, 11, and 12, you had sellers doing it all.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah. So just try to, talk to your sellers, get creative, but just know you can tell we're having a lot of price reductions. I just looked this morning, MetroList had 460 price reductions
Yeah.
in the last 7 days. So just know sellers are still pushing high, and if you're going to push high, you're going to sit there for a while, right? So be aggressive in your pricing.
I got a text message from one that I showed over a month ago. Right? I said, yeah, price reduction.
Yeah. It's getting hard when the listing agents are calling you, right? So
Yeah.
if you show the
Because
help.
Bruce said though, it's like giving people some time to adjust rates.
Yeah.
Last week was a rough week.
Yeah.
And inflation going up, the stock market's down, interest rates went up.
Crypto crash, right?
Yeah, like everything was bad. Plus it was Father's Day. So I mean, jumping the gun on stuff last week versus what's gonna happen next week.
And we got.
Too far.
Too far. No, that's fine. All right.
Oh,
Speaking of that, O-Shift is happening next week. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about how to talk to your clients about the market. We're going to talk about how to find motivated buyers and motivated sellers. The people that target their lead generation toward finding motivated buyers and sellers are going to have success. I can tell you, I started in real estate in 2008, and I built my whole business through the Great Recession. And I love this because I know exactly. So, but we're going to bust out some things from the shift book that Gary does, and we're going to talk about strategies, how to find these, how to actually do them, what you should be saying and scripting. We're going to role play some stuff. We're going to talk about your business and expenses. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff that you should be doing to handle the shift, how we're going to talk about how buyers and sellers are viewing this market, what kind of fears they have, and how you're going to overcome those fears and find the motivated people. That is happening next Wednesday at 1:30 after the team meeting. Amy and I are going to be doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then, so your buyer's going to be saying, oh, shift, but you're going to have an answer. Okay. Career night, doesn't cost you a thing. That is happening here on July 12th. It should be July 12th. But we're doing it now every second and fourth, third Tuesday of the month. July 12th, the next one. If you have anyone that would like to get the license and join, don't have a license now, please just refer us in. There's an Eventbrite. You can talk to Sam or just do this. If you sign up and put your name as a referral agent, we will honor that. If they go through our school and join, you'll be listed as the profit share sponsor on that. So please.
They can actually go on the calendar. The link is there for the
Yeah,
Eventbrite.
yeah. If you go on, even on our training calendar, it'll be there and it'll take you to the Eventbrite. You can just sign up and it says who's referring that person. Okay, Cece
Cece,
and Francine
Yes.
and Raul.
Raul's on here.
Oh, Cece and
He's
Francine.
a piano listening appointment.
Kid cares.
Okay, so KW Cares is a nonprofit 501c affiliated, of course, with KW Realty around the world, I believe so. And basically what it is that the monies are used for, say you need an operation, or your husband needs an operation, or the Paradise Fire, the Santa Rosa Fire, or you have a crisis in your family and you need money. So our office has a goal of $10,000 a year, and you can give as little or as much as you like to however what your heart feels like toward this cause. You can have it taken out of your commission through your transaction. You just have to let the transaction coordinator know. You can let Carr know, and he'll also debit your credit card, or you can write a check, or do whatever you feel is appropriate.
Or if you go to kwcares.org, you can make direct
Exactly.
donations right there.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So KWCares.org. Also, yeah, in your when you don't know what in command when you put the demand in, if your TC is doing it, it's going to default says, do you want to donate, right? So if you want to tell your TC, they will start marking. Right now, I think it defaults to $20, right?
I
So
think it's 10 and 10. It's
10. There's
actually-
KW Cares and KW Kids Can. So that's a kids charity as well. So I think it does 10 each automatically. So if your TC is going in and just unchecking it, that means they're actively going and undoing it. But if you want it, it'll be standard $20 on your commission close. Really easy. You won't even miss it, right? So.
And you can change that default amount to any number as well
Correct.
if you want to.
Anything
So
you want.
if you want it more or whatever, you can change it if you want.
And you can donate anytime throughout the year as well.
And I want to say we've had a lot of people benefit. Actually, we have someone trying to apply right now for KW Care. So it happens a bunch. We've had surgeries happen, kids having, pretty serious illnesses, and we've funded those things through our office as well. So.
For instance, it really hits home. My sister-in-law had cancer and needed a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair, and KW Cares provided.
So we want to collect, we want to be a giving company, and I can tell you I've been in this office 13 years now, and back then we did a lot of, did 10,000 KW Cares every year, and we want to get back to that. That's part of our culture committee, and we appreciate them taking the lead on this and trying to make that happen.
Yeah. Any questions, let us know.
With that being said, we talked about this on our ALC, and we talked about the average commission price. I'm donating, for myself personally, I'm committed to every transaction, donating to both causes here. And really, if you look at your commission check, making $10,000, what is $20?
Yeah.
Per transaction?
Per transaction.
I think we also figured out if every agent in this office just donated once, $33 per person.
We'd be we'd have over 10,000. If you donated just once on one
Just
closed deal.
once.
Every single licensed agent between KW Sacramento and Faro
Yes.
spends $33 in our.
Yes.
So we have a lot of agents and a lot of closings. So, but you can imagine if you're just doing $20 a close, how much a difference that can make, right, for a lot of people.
And to being independent contractors, it's nice to have that because we never know when life happens, and it also, you can use it for your family too, especially if family depends on you and an emergency comes up or unexpected expense comes up. This is what part of the culture of KW. You're part of the KW family. So.
Thank you, Francine. Thank you, Cece. Okay, in case you don't know, but Keller Williams was declared #1 in the best recession-proof business business. I don't know if you know, through the Great Recession, KW was profitable throughout the Great Recession, and all the other major brokerages were not. So, just so you know, if you want to read the article, there's an article there that does that. It'd be nice to share to your clients and just say, hey, we focus on moving clients forward, right? So,
I believe it's on outfront.kw.com
as well. So, just so you know that. Tammany, if you know Tammany, she is going to be talking about setting your bio, link your bio posts, reels, and stories with Instagram. That is coming up on July 12th, 2 o'clock. Be here. That is live, no Zoom on this. It must be live because it is action oriented. So,
What time was that? I'm sorry.
2 o'clock. So, bring your cell phone, notebooks, and tripods optional. So action oriented. So, this is for Instagram. So, some of you like your IG stuff, Justin. All right. Summer Luau Barbecue, July 16, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Please be there. We have over 100 people already RSVP'd. It's going to be a lot of fun. Games, water, a whole bunch of stuff. Bring the kids. We'd love to see them. So 2 to 6 p.m.
Some jumpers, some fun, yeah.
Jumpers, water. There's a water feature there. Train the Trainer, July 26th, 27th. In this training room, it will be an all-day training in the training 26th and 27th. Train the Trainer. If you have ever dreamed of teaching classes at a high level, teaching KWU classes at other offices to get paid for that, becoming a KWU trainer or a coach of those things, and like to do those things, this is the class you need to start with. There is a Train the Trainer event, and then you can go to Advanced Train the Trainer. At that point, you can go down the path becoming a KW University approved instructor. At that point, you can travel to other market centers and train for pay, right? Essentially.
Alternatively, if you ever dreamed of being better at presenting during your buyer's consultation or listing presentation, train the presenter.
If you have a hard time with crowds, you want to do home buyer seminars, right? Like, like you gotta, and you stumble through.
This is a limited seating event because they do go through and you present during this class. So this is limited seating.
Okay.
It is $159. Lunch is included, but we expect a packed house. Next meeting is Pride meeting. I don't know if you know, but it's LGBTQ plus month now. So next week is our Pride meeting. We're going to have a great panel talking about how our agents in our office work within this community and also work outside that. So we're going to be super fun on that. We're doing our awards for May. Natoma's Top 20. Tyler Edwards, Bobby Afterpiece, and Andre Byron and Leon, congratulations, 20 through 16. Francine, Chris Anderson, Dennis, Rich, Tomas, and John Lansing, Top 10. Woo, it's getting heavy here, okay. 10 through, Twan's at 10, you know it's serious, Twan's at 10. Dennis Elliott, Danielle Taylor, Amy at 6. Even coaching still closing at 6. Number 5, Jenny saving our very own Jenny. Number 4, Delia Ritchie, our open door guys. Vicky Chandler, I don't know, up in Truckee closing things. So, congrats to Vicky. Michael Soares, number 2, and number 1, Hunger Fair Oaks, top 10, here we go. Judy Lohr, Chris Mayer, Ryan Radford, Liz Yoakum, and Michael Brown, 10 through 6. Congratulations to them. Number 5, Jeremy Frazier, congratulations. Number 4, Christina Gold. Number 3, Sarah Hensler. Number 2, Jake DeRosa, congratulations, Jake. And number 1, Laura Miller. Laura Miller, if you haven't met her, I think she's going to cap in 3 weeks. She just turned over. She is killing it. And she does it with her husband. So, congratulations to everyone. $1 Million Club, May. Over $1 million in sales this month. Dennis, Elliott, Danielle, Taylor, Twan, Jake, Laura, Christina, Amy, Joe, Lucci, Jenny, Sarah. Congratulations, over $1 million. So what if we go to 2 months? Vicki Chandler, 2 million in 1 month. Vicki Chandler, and then how about over 4 million? Michael Soares, congratulations, $1 million. And then over 7 million everyone, congratulations on that. I want to get to 7. You know.
Damn.
Can we go?
Good deal, 7 minutes.
And that's not
Lovely.
commercial.
What do you think I want? Is that?
That's not commercial either.
That's not commercial, that's residential, that's a serious, congratulations, farm. Our Rising Star Award for those who are making great strides in the coaching business, in coaching. Congratulations to Shwareen, if you see Charlene, and Vicky Manson. If you haven't met Shwareen, she came from New Mexico, she is like knocking doors.
Yeah.
So she's like, I don't know anybody, so she's knocking doors, getting leads, so. And open houses, she's killing it at a high level. Congratulations, Nikki, up in Fair Oaks, she's killing it at a high level too, so. We proudly welcome our guest speaker, Bobby Moats, he's on a big team, I think his team did over 400 transactions last year.
Holy smoke.
We're bringing him on, he also works with KW Outlet Command and getting teams into command, and now he's going to talk to us about how he takes new agents onto his team and converts them into top earners in 1 year. So, Bobby, are you there?
I am here. And also, if we can pin Aaron up here too.
There. Oh,
There we go.
no.
All right. We're getting it, Bobby,
We're
we're getting it.
What's that?
His wife is there too.
Okay.
Not my wife.
Not your wife. Oh, all right.
Brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron is our VP of growth over here at the Moats team, and also the brainchild behind everything that we're doing and growing agents. Again, my name is Bobby Moats. I have started the Moats team with my wife, who is not Aaron, maybe, I don't know, about 2012 is when we started. And we've grown to a team in that time of about 35 agents, about 15 staff all over the state of Texas. We closed in the last 12 months around 400 deals and about 140 million in closed volume. And a lot of that, a huge portion of that, is thanks to like some awesome agents that we brought through our training program that was all designed and implemented by Miss Erin Leff. And she is also, I'll let Erin introduce herself too. Erin.
Hi, my name is Erin. I am the Vice President of Growth for the Moats team. I've been a part of this organization for September will be 5 years now. Came in right at infancy and started off as their expansion partner and developed their first expansion office. And here we are today, all over the state of Texas.
Yes, all over the state of Texas. And you've onboarded 35 agents with us, correct? And it is our goal to get agents into production as quickly as possible that partner with us from the team standpoint. Specifically, when I started in real estate, when my wife and I started, it took us about 6 months for us to get into production. 6 months doesn't seem like that long, but also can be forever if you don't have a job. And I'm sure a lot of you agents who have been through that know that that's very much a reality. You're sitting there and trying to save up money, and 6 months later don't have any closings, and you're kind of freaking out. Do I quit? Do I keep going? And that was something that I went through. We were dipping into 401ks. And then after that 6 months, just doing all the activities and making it happen, we finally saw fruits from our labor and closed 50 deals in that first year. But those first 6 months were always the hardest. And this is something that we've kind of experienced across the board with agents that have joined our team is, if you go agents join the team, if it goes too long past 6 months or even past 3 months, a lot of great agents end up quitting and moving on to a different career. And so Aaron and I came up with a launch program for the agents that are joining our organization to help get them in, was it 3 months? We're getting them launched in 3 months and making sure that they're earning money and getting some closings and even listings in those first 3 months. And this is first 3 months within learning how to do real estate in the first place. This is not experienced agents joining our team. They're brand new agents. And so with that, Aaron, I'll let you describe what our launch program is and why we do it.
So first and foremost, perhaps a little bit of backstory might be important for where this sort of came from for us. Before I joined the Moats team, I was a part of another organization that did not give me any sort of real training. I kind of came up in the from the School of Hard Knocks, and I had this aspiration going, can I do this better, faster, stronger in community with other people? And looking back now, of course, the answer is absolutely yes. And when I got with Bobby and we talked about the development of how do we move people from other careers into real estate as fast as possible, which is where all of the development of everything that we've built has stemmed from. So our goal in developing this launch program was getting people out of the seat as fast as possible. And I know that in order to do that, we would have to build an incredible amount of trust right off from the get-go. Because as a new agent comes into this industry, right, it's hard to get them to drop their ego perhaps a little bit and get them to really trust you and hear what they're supposed to do and then actually get them to execute on it. So a lot of the details that we've built into the foundation of our organization are going to be things which I'm sure that you guys are very well versed in, things like lead generation and learning things so that you can be an expert. And not only are we layering the content of what it is that our people should be doing, but we're also putting in a level of a significant amount of accountability, especially during that first 90 days for them to get through those activities as fast as possible. So kind of like people say speed to lead, same thing, it's speed to launch. How fast can we get you out of the seat and trusting us to answer those questions for you?
Aaron, how long does it typically take for our agents to get their first listing?
Depends on the agent, but most people are exiting our training program with their first under contract and their first listing taken.
Okay. And the first year in our program, they're closing about how many deals?
Anywhere between 18 and 22.
22 in the first year of real estate.
Yes, yeah, and it depends on, there's a little bit of that depends on the market. So like I said, we've got people all over the state of Texas. Directly in Austin, they're going to have a little bit of a higher price point. So that's going to be a little bit slower than the experience of some of our expansion agents.
Right. Yeah. And what do you think? So the one thing that's most important for the agents that are going through this program, what is the most important thing and the agents that are in the audience to know that like, this is what you should be doing all the time? What is that one thing?
Lead generation. It's one of the things that obviously we talk about it, right? I'm not going to stand up here today and tell you guys go lead generate and pick the phone, but what I will tell you is to get fascinated about your job, right? And I think that's the thing that most agents are missing is the fascination behind what it takes in order for them to be really incredible about their job. Most people hear lead generation and they think, ooh, cold calling. I'm not a cold caller. One of the things that we built into what we do is what I call the prospecting buffet. So anytime somebody joins our organization, we teach them all of the different lead gen methods. So we're talking, of course, the traditional for sale by owners, expireds, circle prospecting, open houses, but even some more of like the untraditional things. We've got quite a few people on our team who do TikTok and Instagram and really hone into Facebook. And we also give out really cool reasons to stay in touch with our database. And if you're not doing that, especially during the shift, let me just slow down and say, you are missing a majority of your paychecks. Give yourself a reason for outreach beyond real estate. So something that you guys could take away from this really easily would be one of our best lead gen methods that we do as an organization is we've created a generosity award where our database, and we reach out to them, right? Our database can tell us who's been incredibly impactful in their community, and we'll do a donation on their behalf to a charity of their choice and give them like a cute little gift basket, and we'll market it on social media. But it's a really good opportunity to do outreach beyond just, hey, would you like to buy or sell a house? It's been really impactful for us.
I think the key there was lead generation too. I've seen so many agents come into the industry, and instead of focusing on having conversations and connecting with new people and talking about real estate. They spend more time setting up their website or trying to create some business cards or making sure they have certain swag available to make themselves look like they're a successful agent, when in fact they really need to be sitting in open houses for 4 different open houses every single week and meeting with as many buyers as possible, or cold calling as many people as they can cold call, or like doing the things where they're having as many conversations as possible. And I think that's the one thing that we hold our, within that 30, 60, 90 in that launch program, holding our agents accountable to those conversations is the most important thing that you can do for yourself in starting listening, making sure that you are having, they talk, I don't know how many of y'all have taken Bold, but Bold 100s, I know people that do those every single day and are trying to create as many conversations as possible about real estate so people know that they are in real estate. And you don't have to call somebody and talk about, hey, you're looking to buy or sell. It could be giving them a call and just talking about life, and it leads into work. And they at least know that you're in real estate at that point. But I think our one thing for our agents with lead generation, and then what we hold them accountable to, is there anything else we hold them accountable to instead of, or outside of conversations?
I'd also like to communicate that what Bobby was talking about, that analysis paralysis, where they're doing all of the activities and all of the busy work. I want to communicate that we recognize it, and the goal is to push them past that, because we know that those things that they're doing don't necessarily make them money right out of the gate. They're important business builders once you have paychecks coming in and can kind of get out of that scarcity place where most people are coming from when they enter into this industry. And so we recognize it, we validate it, this is real, we understand that these things are important, and I'm going to push you past this as a coach when you're coming into our world, because it's more important for you to have a paycheck so that we could bring longevity to this career than it is for us to, get into some of the details otherwise. So we definitely lean on the lead generation, and we try to formulate a plan around what comes naturally and authentic to them. You have to lead generate as a real estate agent, but what can we do that is something that really serves your personality type? We have people in our organization that really prefer door knocking. We've got people in our organization that prefer open houses. We've got some people that really thrive in cold calling, and those are our crazy people. But we do have them. And so sort of organically coming up with a game plan that works for each different personality type. The other thing that I can say was incredibly impactful for our organization, if I had to go, where did we take a turn towards success that you guys could easily utilize and implement, is understanding the different personality types. So when I went back to develop this training program, I'm naturally a high D. It's who I am. I'm very direct, sometimes maybe even perhaps a little bit brash. And so there was a lot of learning curve in that for me when it came to working with clients that were not exactly like myself. And so taking the DISC assessment, guys, and learning to understand how does a D relate to a C in a way that a C will pick up and learn to trust you, right? And so opening yourselves up to understanding other personality types, potential for success when you want to work with people who are not exactly like you, because they need help too. They have houses to sell and they're going to want to purchase. And so learning to adapt to those different personality types. So if you ever have an opportunity to take a DISC assessment class, please do. Incredibly impactful for our world to help all of our people understand and navigate the different personality types that they get in front of.
And I think that relates back to how important scripting is in scripts. And I know a lot of us hate the idea of scripts because it feels like it may be robotic, but I can't stress how important it is to know those scripts and learn them and dive into them, not only for the scenario, like the generic script over and over again, but for the different scenarios you may run into when you're dealing with different personality types and things, because those scripts eventually become internalized. And you can riff off those scripts as much as you want, and it's going to become more natural. And the quicker you can get those scripts down and internalized, the easier it is for you to go into a listing appointment and be able to talk about everything, overcome every objection that could possibly be thrown at your way, to be able to convert that person, that listing, to an actual client Those are the most important thing. We have test outs for our agents every step of the way to make sure that they are internalizing these scripts before we send them out into the world full speed ahead and give them access to everything, because we want to make sure, and we understand that that's the most important thing that you can be spending your time doing. If you're not an appointment or you're not lead genning, you need to be working on your scripts.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Bobby said, I know the word scripts can sound a little scary or perhaps trite a little bit. And what we want our organization and the people on our team to understand is the script is the foundation that you stand on, right? It is the spot where you go to learn it. And then at some point, like he said, once you internalize it, it becomes a little bit easier to make it sound authentic. And oftentimes when I'm scripting or role playing with people, they're like, man, how do you say that so easily? Or how do you make that sound so natural? It's hours and hours and hours of practice. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. So that's exactly what I meant when I said, get really fascinated about what your job is and how to execute it at the highest level possible. And if our whole basis is relationships, then you need to figure out how to be in relationship with everybody around you at the highest level possible. And that starts at the very beginning. It starts with incredibly effective communication and making sure that you can handle those objections, which are just unanswered questions, right? If you're good enough, and making sure that it flows naturally and it sounds like you. And I think oftentimes agents get really wrapped up in, I've got to say it this perfect way. And it's better to have the activity and to do it than to be perfect, right? So my whole point to that is that do it enough that it sounds like you.
And that script practice and learning the scripts and then having as many conversations as you can on a daily basis, that combination is going to equal some awesome lead generation for you and blowing up your business. And that's how we're getting our agents in production so quickly, is because that is the focus. And I know a lot of people look at that and they say, well, that just, I got to do all these other things, but that is literally it. Real estate is simple. It's not easy, right? Because you still got to become a professional and an expert at it. But it is simple to be successful in this business. It's XYZ. It's just a game of numbers. But it can be hard to go when it's 110 degrees outside, go knock on doors. That's just in Austin, Texas, maybe. I don't know what the temperature is over in California right now, but it's way too hot outside for me to knock on doors today.
It's really hot here.
Really hot here too. So.
That makes me feel a little better. So yeah, what questions, I know that we have different levels of expertise and experience that are on this call today. So what are some questions that we could answer for you guys that might be impactful, either about where we've been, the team? Are there any burning questions that you would like to talk about or discuss?
I have a question. How often does your team practice scripts? How often do you guys do that?
So we have different departments. It depends on the level that they are at. If they're in training, it's pretty much daily. If they're outside of training, then it's once a week.
And how do you handle 35 agents across Texas? And how do you manage that and keep everyone motivated and keep everyone having success?
Absolutely. So we've developed a coaching company, a coaching organization from infancy. And when I started as the expansion partner, there are some people that have been in business with us for a while that have gone through all the trials and tribulations that anybody experiences when developing a team like this, that have spent an incredible amount of time in training with me. And we have deemed them coaches inside of our organization. And so everybody that's inside of our world has a specific mentor that is developed and is to them based on their personality type, because they would run parallel businesses, right? So it's not just me. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of conversations for just me to have. So it's myself and it's for other coaches who run it.
Awesome. And what scripts? I know we're in a shifting market right now. I'm sure you're shifting in Texas as well. With rates? What scripts or what activities are you seeing success? How are you finding motivated buyers and sellers for your agents right now?
I will actually, so if I'm monitoring it in the micro, right, if I'm talking about just simply the last 2 weeks and what we've been experiencing, I will say we haven't had an expired appointment in like 2 years in Austin, and we've set 4 of them this week. So if that is any indication to get on the phones, I think that that's incredibly powerful knowledge. And I will say we've taken actually in the last, so we've taken 3 for sale by owners in the last 2 weeks, centrally in Austin, Texas alone. So I know people don't really want to hear this, but the market is shifting and people are raising their hand to work with real estate agents. Make sure you're standing there. Make sure you're picking up the phone and being the person that they think of. And 9 times out of 10, people choose the first person that they talk to. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby, how do we get a hold of you? How do we, what if we say, hey, I want to have Bobby Moats Team in California, Sacramento, California. What does that look like?
We're ready. Don't ask Bobby, ask me. Let's
go.
Go.
Yeah, you can get in touch.
I'm excited.
You can get in touch with either one of us at Bobby@moatsteam.com or Aaron@moatsteam.com. And if anybody has any questions or wants to connect and learn a little bit more about what we're doing and how you can be successful at this at a very high level, feel free to reach out. And we're free and open with everything that we have. We will give you whatever you want. That's the culture of KW. That's how we grew the business in the first place. Is there are a lot of top teams that just gave us everything that we could ever want, and we built upon that, and eventually had to make it our own. So if you need anything, make sure to reach out to us. Email address in the chat.
Bobby, Aaron, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for pouring into us. We really appreciate it here from Sacramento, California. Stay cool over there. We'll stay cool over here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Have a great, cool day, hopefully, right? So stay indoors, drink a lot of water, and thank you. We'll see you next week for our Pride team meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, yes, you are.